Their joke was about my 15-year-old son, oh, how does he feel about minorities? Like the idea that he wants to be a policeman, therefore he's racist.
Hey, this is the America that you created for your son, Mr. Tapper. So Jake Tapper, here's the thing. He's been on his apology tour, but it's not really an apology tour because he's apologizing for being wrong. He's not apologizing for misleading, for lying, and for character assassination as to everyone who was right. We may get to that. We may not. You guys have probably seen the Pierce Morgan clip. But here's the thing. Jake Tapper now is kind of trying to rebrand himself. And I think this is out of necessity. You're seeing this with some people at CNN. Just last week, and this clip resurfaced kind of yesterday, he acknowledged and recognized the problem with the left, which is what we discussed yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
And Gen Z men. Here he is kind of calling them out and using his son as a personal example. It just surprises me that he's surprised.
I went on a left-leaning podcast that shall remain nameless, and we were talking about my kids because I think they were both people without kids. And they asked me about my son, and I said he was, he's a football player and he wants to be a policeman. And their joke was about my 15-year-old son, oh, how does he feel about minorities? Like the idea that he wants to be a policeman, therefore he's racist, my son. And that was the big laugh, and then I got dragged in the comments and all that stuff. And I thought to myself, this is why you are losing elections.
100%.
Like my football playing son, who has no political views. He's 15. He thinks about World War II and gaming and playing linebacker. That's his world. You're deciding he's a racist because he wants to be a cop. That's how the Democratic Party talks to men.
I'm going to tell you this. If your son is into World War II, he wants to be a cop, and he plays football, he does have political views. That is who would have thought, it's surprising that a young man or a young boy would want to be a police officer or a firefighter. Those are like the top two for every young boy. Hey, what do you think the Kalshi odds are on Tapper's son also liking titties? We have it right now, I believe, at 99.5%. In case you're shocked by the views of teenage boys.
Even gay teenage boys like titties.
Yeah, of course, at least for the novelty of it.
Yeah.
By the way, he's shocked that meaning the left, is denigrating police officers and young men who want to be traditionally masculine. In case you've forgotten, here's the same Jake Tapper.
It is shocking to see images of police abusing their power against peaceful citizens exercising their constitutional rights. What are the American people to make of these images of officers brutally beating peaceful journalists and protesters and then lying about it?
Former President Trump and his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio, are criticizing the news media and Democrats for what they call irresponsible rhetoric that they allege was behind the thankfully unsuccessful assassination attempt. At the same time that they're doing that, Trump and Vance and their minions continue to spread lies.
Why is he talking about Arnold Palmer's penis in front of Pennsylvania voters?
I mean,
Jake,
why not?
You seem to like that line a lot. Let me tell you that Donald Trump is doing rallies nonstop around the country.
Let me just say something. I don't want to be talking about this.
Well, other guys think it's funny.
Yeah, maybe even your son.
It's a peaceful protest. Yeah, well, don't allow. This is a guy who's spewed rhetoric regarding toxic masculinity, and he didn't quite support defund the police, but the idea that police are inherently corrupt and racist. Don't allow this guy to put distance between himself and the monster he created. Hey, this is the America that you created for your son, Mr. Tapper.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a unique position to be able to push back on all of this stuff, to be able to espouse those views. But when it hits home finally for you and your 15-year-old, not when somebody else's son, like learn from other people's experiences. No, it's finally when it hits home for you and your son's under attack. By the way, if you listen to that podcast, he didn't defend his son very well.
No, you know what? Well, actually, here's the thing. We do have the clip here, and they are pretty smarmy, and it also shows you how out of touch
it's
those
his
people.
Son. I don't care what your political viewpoints are. You start talking about my son in a way like that, I'd be like, guys, you're being idiots. I don't care if I sell any books to your audience or not. It's my son. He's 15 years old.
Well, you're not taking into account all them book sales from the How Long Gone podcast.
He likes police. He is just
not the band, the institution.
No, not the band. I don't think he knows what the band is.
My
I don't
son
think he has any idea who
police.
Sting or, no, police, cops. He likes cops, not the TV show.
Like he thinks they're cool? Like, I don't understand. Like, what about a cop?
He said
Not as
he
cool
likes
as the
military,
How
he
Long
likes
Gone
police.
podcast.
I don't know.
Whoa.
How does he feel about minorities?
He's pro, but I mean, I think the thing is also, but
I mean, that last one's kind of a funny joke, but here's the thing, Mr. Tapper. I know that you have your book PR firm and you're going on all these shows that won't sell books. If you want to reach people who actually need to hear your message, or for perhaps your redemption, come on here. We'll invite you on the show. I know we've had some dust-ups on X, formerly Twitter. You are welcome to come here and make your case. We will always be respectful. But yeah, I think you're full of it. I think you're full of it. I think that you knew what we all knew, and I bet that your son knew. I bet that your son knew. Your son who wants to be a cop knew that Joe Biden had dementia. You seem to be the only one who didn't, and an apology for not knowing, for ignorance, to me is not genuine enough. You need to apologize for the character assassination and the lying. Comment below if you agree.
It would seem to me that his son might have a little bit of rebellious behavior going on there. A little rebelling against dad. Like, hey, dad said this, dad said that. Hey, I like the police, actually.
Yeah.
I like football. I like manly stuff, actually. I like titties.
There you go. Of course he does. Of course he does.
There's a little bit of that. Maybe, and there might be a little bit of, bringing work to home. That little gaslighting at the house, too.
Yep. I'm on it. Yeah, Dad. Come on. He has dementia, Dad. Open your eyes. Take your head out of your ass, Dad.
Spineless. Like you could have defended cops there. You could have defended the military there. You certainly could have defended your own son a lot better. Just a spineless person.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. Come on.
There you go. There you go. Oh, you're still here watching this on YouTube? There's no more. It's over. Just like YouTube. YouTube is over. It's not a thing anymore. How many Seth Meyers clips do you need? Head on over to Rumble. Follow me there. Live on weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, where we can actually speak freely and don't have to self-censor. YouTube it's really not a thing. Like, you ever seen one of those towns that maybe was like a mining town, or maybe they made some kind of alloy? You say, hey, I wonder what they did in this town. It takes a while to find a person who can tell you what they did in that town, and even then you don't fully understand it. That's YouTube. YouTube is that town. So go to Rumble.